Welcome to Trending Update USA. This is Steffan, and I'm glad you're here with us today as we bring you one of the most talked about stories in tennis right now. Coco Gauff's latest announcement has truly left fans speechless, and the reaction across the tennis world has been nothing short of explosive. From social media to locker room whispers, from analysts to former champions, everyone seems to be trying to decode what this moment really means for one of the brightest stars the sport has seen in years. Coco Gauff has never been just another young talent on the tour. From the moment she burst onto the global stage as a teenager, stunning seasoned veterans with her fearlessness and composure, it was clear she carried something special. Fans watched her grow up before their eyes, not just as an athlete, but as a symbol of a new generation of confidence, intelligence, and purpose. Every press conference, every on-court interview, every gesture has been closely followed, and that's why this latest announcement hit so hard. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic in tone, but it carried a weight that instantly stopped people in their tracks. What makes this announcement so powerful is not just what Coco said, but the timing of it. She comes off a stretch where expectations have been sky-high. Grand Slam titles, million-dollar endorsements, global recognition, and the pressure that comes with being called the future of women's tennis all swirl around her constantly. For many players, that kind of burden can quietly chip away at confidence. For Coco, it seems to have sparked deep reflection. Fans sensed immediately that this was not a routine update or a casual comment. It felt personal, measured, and intentional. Within minutes of the news breaking, reactions flooded in. Some fans were shocked, others were emotional, and many expressed deep admiration for her honesty and courage. Social media feeds were filled with messages saying things like, "She's so mature for her age," or, "This is why Coco is different," and even, "I didn't expect this, but I respect her so much more now." That kind of response doesn't come from flashy headlines alone, it comes from authenticity. Coco Gauff has built a reputation for being real in an era where many public statements feel carefully manufactured. At the heart of her announcement was a reminder that even elite athletes are human. Coco spoke with clarity about the mental and emotional side of her journey, about learning to define success on her own terms instead of chasing external validation. That message resonated deeply, not only with fans but with fellow players who understand just how unforgiving the professional tour can be. Tennis is a lonely sport. You travel the world mostly on your own, losses are public, wins are quickly forgotten, and the schedule rarely allows time to breathe. For someone her age to openly acknowledge that reality felt refreshing and brave. Many longtime fans recalled how Coco entered the tour with a joyful smile, seemingly fearless against opponents twice her age. Over time, as titles and rankings accumulated, that smile sometimes gave way to visible pressure. Her announcement felt like a conscious step to reclaim joy, balance, and control. She made it clear that while she is fiercely competitive and hungry for success, she refuses to let expectations strip away her identity or happiness. In a sport that often celebrates toughness at all costs, that statement hit differently. Former players quickly weighed in as well. Several legends praised Coco for her self-awareness, noting that many athletes only arrive at such realizations after years of burnout. They spoke about how dangerous it can be to grow up under constant scrutiny, where every loss is magnified and every decision is questioned. Coco's willingness to pause, reflect, and speak openly was described as a sign of true professionalism rather than weakness. Analysts pointed out that protecting mental health and personal values could actually extend her career and elevate her performance in the long run. Another layer that made fans speechless was how Coco framed her future. Instead of making bold promises about winning this or dominating that, she spoke about growth, learning, and staying grounded. That approach contrasted sharply with the usual hype-driven narratives surrounding young stars. It suggested confidence without arrogance, ambition without desperation. In an era of instant reactions and viral soundbites, her calm and thoughtful tone stood out even more. Younger fans, especially, connected strongly with her message. Many see Coco as more than a tennis player. She's a role model who speaks openly about education, social issues, and self-belief. This announcement reinforced that image. Comments poured in from fans saying her words helped them deal with exam stress, career pressure, or personal struggles. That kind of impact goes beyond trophies and rankings. It shows how powerful an athlete's voice can be when used honestly. It's also impossible to ignore the broader context of women's tennis right now. The tour is packed with talent, rivalries are intense, and storylines shift every week. Coco stands at the center of it all, often compared to other champions, measured against legends, and expected to carry the sport forward. Her announcement subtly pushed back against that narrative. She reminded everyone that she is running her own race, at her own pace, and that personal well-being is not a distraction from greatness but a foundation for it. Fans who have followed her closely noticed how carefully chosen her words were. There was no bitterness, no defensiveness, no excuses. Instead, there was gratitude, humility, and resolve. She acknowledged the support she's received from fans worldwide, crediting them for giving her strength even during difficult moments. That acknowledgement made many supporters feel seen and appreciated, strengthening the bond between athlete and audience. The reaction from the tennis community continued to grow over the next few days. Pundits debated what this could mean for her competitive edge. Some wondered if stepping back mentally could lead to improved consistency on court. Others argued that clarity of purpose often unlocks peak performance. What most agreed on was this: Coco Gauff is thinking long-term, and that's a dangerous thing for her rivals. A player who understands herself, sets boundaries, and stays motivated for the right reasons is someone who can dominate for years. There were also whispers about how this announcement might influence other young players. Tennis has struggled with stories of burnout and mental exhaustion, especially among prodigies pushed into the spotlight too early. Coco's openness could encourage others to speak up, reset, and prioritize their health without fear of stigma. That cultural shift, even a small one, could reshape the future of the sport. As fans replayed her words, many found themselves reassessing their own expectations. Some admitted they've been too quick to criticize losses or demand constant excellence. Coco's message served as a gentle reminder that greatness isn't linear and that patience matters. It sparked conversations about respect, empathy, and the role of fans in shaping an athlete's experience. Those discussions are rare, and perhaps that's why this moment felt so impactful. What's next for Coco Gauff remains exciting and uncertain in the best possible way. She enters upcoming tournaments not just as a formidable competitor, but as someone who has clearly defined why she plays the game. That clarity can be a powerful weapon. Whether she lifts another trophy soon or faces unexpected challenges, one thing is clear: she is stepping forward on her own terms, and that confidence is unmistakable. This announcement didn't rely on shock value or controversy. It didn't need dramatic reveals or emotional breakdowns. Its power came from honesty, maturity, and timing. Fans weren't speechless because they were confused. They were speechless because they recognized something genuine. In today's fast-moving sports media landscape, moments like that are rare and unforgettable. As the tennis world continues to react, one message keeps echoing louder than the rest. Coco Gauff isn't just chasing wins. She's building a career, a life, and a legacy with intention. That approach may not always generate instant headlines, but it creates something far more important: lasting respect. And judging by the overwhelming reaction, fans are ready to walk this journey with her, wherever it leads. This has been Steffan on Trending Update USA, bringing you the story behind the headlines and the voices shaping the future of sports. Stay tuned, because if this moment is any indication, Coco Gauff's journey is only getting more compelling from here.